My happy place is right here.
Welcome back to HIVEMIND Unlimited.
And welcome to another episode of our movie series, How Did It Age? Where we watch older movies and reevaluate them with modern context. Today's is a very special episode. We are talking about the 1996 film, Happy Gilmore. But we're also talking about the 2025 film, Happy Gilmore 2, which is out on Netflix now. Netflix's biggest debut of all time.
Correct.
We're not going to talk about it that much. We're mostly going to be talking about Happy Gilmore, the original.
Yes.
But the reason that we're talking about it is because of the existence of Happy Gilmore 2.
Correct. Happy Gilmore 1, like Riley said, came out in 96. It stars Adam Sandler, Christopher McDonald, Julie Bowen, Francis Bay, Carl Weathers, Alan Covert, Richard Keel, Dennis Duggan, Joe Flaherty, Ben Stiller, who was like an uncredited one. He just kind of did it for laughs, which is funny. It was written by Sandler and Tim Herlihy, who are SNL alums.
And also, Tim Herlihy's son, Martin Herlihy, is part of Please Don't Destroy, also featured in Happy Gilmore 2, and is on SNL right now.
Ah, how about that? Dennis Duggan, who plays like the head of the PGT or whatever in the first Happy Gilmore, is the director. He appears in Happy Gilmore 2, as well as everyone else. I'm going to get tired of talking about the cameos in that one. But Happy Gilmore 1 was really just like the next generation's Caddyshack. Sandler said he took a bunch of inspiration from that. Another great movie that like does the classic trope of just kind of poking at the snootiness of golf in general. It's like a really good playground for comedy to put like a reckless party animal in a country club setting. It's a microcosm of the crazy guy who moves to the suburbs or something, you know, in society.
The hoity-toity sport.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
We need a croquet movie like that.
Yeah.
You know, something, let's get even more hoity or more toity.
Yeah.
And do croquet or what's it even? What
Polo.
Polo's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's like Saudis on horses. It has solid ratings. It's a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3.4 on letterboxd. Roger Ebert fucking hated it. He gave it a 1.5 out of 4 stars and said Sandler's character does not have a pleasing personality.
I will say also, I assume that those numbers have changed over the years with people revisiting and re-reviewing the movie, because Adam Sandler was critically panned for like in his entire career essentially until he did Punch Drunk Love and then Uncut Gems.
This was the most successful out of those initial Billy Madison, which came out the year prior, then this, and then like Waterboy. This was the most successful, and like I said to you even after watching it yesterday, like tightly packed plot-wise, like it just makes the most sense. It was a box office success with a budget of only $12 million. It made over $41 million. The second one, as we'll get into it more, is like this kind of mess slopped together cameo thing. I think a big part that made it worse probably was apparently Sandler has had it written for a long time and had a huge role for Carl Weathers, who played Chubs in the first one. With his passing, I think they were left with like a huge hole in the script and just kind of called Eminem, I guess, and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. There's probably only one plot hole or problem with the new movie.
Yeah.
It feels like it was just one notch away from being a classic.
I agree. The second one got over 46 million views, like in its first day or weekend or something, which is just insane. And there's a nice tribute to Cameron Boyce, who plays young Adam Sandler in like the starting montage of the original. He has since passed. It's a nice nod to him, which is about the only cameo that I thought was sweet.
Now, if you have not seen the original Happy Gilmore, or you haven't seen it in a while, or you've only seen the second one and you've seen much of the first one kind of scattered throughout as flashbacks, here's the synopsis. Ever since Happy Gilmore was a little boy, he dreamed of being a professional hockey player. There's only one problem: he can't skate. After a slew of failed tryouts, at least 4 odd jobs, and a sudden breakup, Happy is at a low point when his grandmother's house gets repossessed by the IRS. It seems like all hope is lost until he realizes he can hit a golf ball really far. Although he lacks poise, knowledge, and respect for the sport, Happy decides to chase a short career in pro golf so he can make enough money to save his grandma's house. His long drives and course antics make him an instant sensation. With the guidance of his new PR lady girlfriend, Virginia Vennet, and one-handed former pro Chubs Peterson, Happy must hone in to win the tour against golf's current golden boy and country club Satan, Shooter McGavin.
And he does that.
He does just that.
He does just that. It is a nice Chubbs having one hand is like an inside joke because that Carl Weathers lost his arm in Predator.
Predator, yeah.
So,
oh,
that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
It's almost like those two things exist in the same universe.
Yeah.
It's like once they got rid of the alien,
Right.
the Happy Gilmore started golfing.
Adam Sandler is very funny in this movie, and we were just talking about this. I watched the second one,
Yeah.
like, before I rewatched the first one, and it's been at least 15 years since I've seen the original Happy Gilmore. Maybe less than that. I don't really have a concept of
Been a
time
while.
in my life, but it's been a while since I've seen it. So I watched 2, and I left 2 being like, oh shit, does the first one suck? And I just remember it being good. And then I rewatched 1 and was like, oh no, 1 is great.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're not doing like our ratings yet or whatever. Right. I think it's really good and really funny. And I went into it being like, I don't know if this is going to hold up because the second one is so bad. Yeah. There's no way the first one can be good.
I hadn't even watched 2 yet. And I was still kind of had that apprehension just with like any 90s classic that I watched like by 2004 and then loved. Like I keep it kind of in a protective place in my mind where I'm like, it's got to be good. It's got to be good. But I'm still like nervous about it. Yeah. 1's excellent.
Yeah. Adam Sandler, his comedic timing at this time in his career is so good and so natural. And it's not that Adam Sandler isn't the worst part of Happy Gilmore 2.
No.
It's just like the concept for the movie was really bad. And then he also works in like emotional angles. And I feel like it's underwritten in a lot of ways. It's a lot of reference and flashback and blah, blah, blah. But I will say, like, the comedic chops that he had in the 90s and early 2000s are on full display in Happy Gilmore.
Do you have some favorite Happy Gilmore lines?
I mean, most of mine are Happy Gilmore lines. Okay. And a lot of it is funny voices. And a lot of it is also just him being, like, young, rambunctious, and ready to fight. Yeah. Because the way that he leads into fights is so funny.
Absolutely.
He gets mad at everyone and everything in this movie, which I really like.
Quick fuse.
I love it that he says to his golf ball, "You little son of a bitch ball, why don't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me. Suck my white ass, ball."
Suck my white ass is trademarked now and a $1 million phrase. I like in the beginning when the IRS guy was trying to take or explaining taking the house and all the stuff away from grandma. And he's like, can't just take her stuff. She's an old lady. I mean, look at her. She's old.
She's too old.
He just keeps hitting the old note. It's just pretty funny.
Yeah, that's great. I love when he's talking to Gary Potter, which, by the way, this came out in 1996. That is a hilarious name to stumble upon as a character name. Gary Potter. This is before Harry Potter.
Oh, right.
So J.K. Rowling may have gotten her inspiration
from Happy Gilmore.
From Happy Gilmore. We don't know. I hope not, because J.K. Rowling is a loser. Transphobe idiot.
British bitch.
But Gary Potter is like, I don't know, he's supposed to be kind of like a hippie or...
He's kind of like the heady, like some people's approach to golf are...
It's a spiritual game.
Yeah, it's a spiritual game. It's more, it's like 99% mental and 1% physical. I think he's the representation of that in the film.
It's very ethereal, but Gary Potter says, oh yeah, a lot of pressure. You got to rise above it. You got to harness in the good energy, block out the bad. Harness, energy, block. Bad. Feel the flow, Happy. Feel it. It's circular. It's like a carousel. You pay the quarter, you get on the horse, it goes up and down and around. It's circular. Circle with the music, the flow. All good things. And Happy Gilmore just goes, yeah, all right, good to meet you. And he goes, psycho.
As their like round progresses together too, like Gary Potter's like really focused on helping his opponent.
He's coaching Happy Gilmore.
He's like he's helping him read a putt. Yep. And I'm like, what is going on here?
That's what happens.
In those initial golf scenes, you get the just tap it in line. You got the loosen the hips. Like there's some just classic lines that if you ever play a round of golf with anybody who's like a millennial or in their 40s, like you're gonna hear these kind of like any of the Caddyshack lines.
Or at putt-putt.
Yeah.
Everybody's
absolutely.
Saying, little tap, tap, tap-a-roo. It's like the thing that people say every day.
I love the like ongoing bit that Happy just says his girlfriend's dead after she leaves him.
Oh, I have both of those lines written down.
Yeah.
It is so funny the way he delivers
He
it.
goes to see his grandma and he's like, how's that girlfriend of yours? And he goes, she got hit by a car. She's dead. And later when he's talking to Virginia Vennet, he's like, she fell from a cliff and died on impact. There's like one too many detail that you like wouldn't share if they actually died.
And the way that he delivers that, though, he's like, oh, by the way, my girlfriend fell off a cliff. She died on impact.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like trying to say, by the way, my girlfriend's dead.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in you. And then she just laughs at that, too.
Yeah.
Her response to him is always like,
She's very strange as a character.
she's great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's Dunphy from Modern Family. It's
Yep.
Mrs. Modern Family.
Mrs. Modern Family.
She's the lady in this
Yeah.
movie, and then she's also Jack's wife in Lost.
She got really Latina in Modern Family.
Yep, that's the same. I know. That's what happened.
Wow.
I feel like we all did.
Yeah,
as like
a little
nation,
bit.
you know what I mean?
We got bustier.
yeah.
And we got more Latina.
Yeah. And I think it's for the better,
Yeah.
personally.
Let's spice it up.
And so did Happy Gilmore, actually. Happy Gilmore 2 got more Latino because of Bad Bunny and Marcelo Hernandez.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these are all good things. by
That's
the way.
just facts.
Yeah. It's good too.
I also love that it's kind of in the same vein as she's old. He says, some might call it luck, but I'd call it luck, I guess. When he's like describing his like as he's getting hot on tour and he's banking shots in and hitting holes in ones on par fours. He never seems to really shoot that well. So it seems like the holes they're not highlighting, he is really doing bad. Because they'll do like a montage of him hitting it 500 yards, bounce off a tree, go in a hole, and then he'll go to the leaderboard and he'll be like, he's -2. And I'm like,
Right.
oh.
Well, yeah, but he hits it in the water so
Yeah.
much, and like the score like never reflects how good or how bad he's doing
Yeah, that's
in
true.
his like big bouts of like he's either playing really well or
Yeah.
really bad, and the score is always just kind of like
Yeah. He's within striking distance.
at all.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, for sure.
When he shows up to the Waterbury Open or whatever, he goes, hey, I'm a hockey player, but I'm playing golf today. I love that line. That delivery is so good. And him like standing up for the regular man who's like washing his windshield in the parking lot. The guy gets kicked out. He gets told he has to have a caddy. He grabs that guy.
Yeah, which they
That's-
reprise in Happy Gilmore
Yeah.
2 because Bad Bunny gets fired by Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
obviously. And then he brings him on as his caddy, who is just in waiter mode, by
Yeah.
the way. And I will say, Bad Bunny, I thought he was great in the new
Yeah.
movie. It is funny that every time somebody gets hurt, he just asks them if they want breadsticks. I
Uh-huh.
thought that was clever. But it's cool. Like, it's not cool. They shouldn't have done like a one-for-one,
Right.
replacement of like a plot point for the new
Yeah.
movie. But Bad Bunny just happened to be
It
a good,
works.
it was a good thing, yeah.
Vern Lundquist, the golf broadcaster in real life and in these movies. Enjoy retirement, Vern, or rest in peace. Can't remember if you died recently. I know you're not calling the stuff anymore. He says as Happy's like gaining his initial big audience, I think Shooter wins the first tournament they play in and no one's there as he wins the tournament and everybody's following Happy. He's like, and he's drawing in spectators with his amazingly bizarre behavior. I just love that.
Yeah.
Amazingly bizarre behavior. It's
He's
awesome.
like, it seems like most people have made their way over to Happy Gilmore. Another Virginia interaction that I love very much is when she's like become his PR person because her job's on the line if Happy Gilmore gets like kicked off the tour because she basically like sticks up for him and is like, it's bringing in viewers and I think he's really something, he has potential. She's also in love with him. It's clear.
Yeah.
It's clear as day that she has a big old
Who
crush on
wouldn't it be?
Happy. She comes over to him on the golf course and is like, what's this I hear about you breaking a rake and throwing it in the woods? And then he says, what? I didn't break it. I was just testing its durability. And then I placed it in the woods because it's made of wood and I thought he should be with his family.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Little excuse for his crazy behavior is so funny.
And it's so like quick.
Yeah.
The response is so quick and clever.
Yeah.
I love it.
Kind of in that same bit of sequence where he's just like destroying the history of golf or whatever. Shooter's complaining. He's like, I saw 2 naked bikers off of 17 having sex. How can I putt while that's going on?
Yeah.
Happy gets back into the clubhouse after that tournament that Shooter wins. And Shooter from a table is like, I'll get that beer for him. And he walks up and he starts doing some like sly, sneaky shit talking. Happy calls him out. He figures he's shit talking him. He says, I was just trying to make money to save my grandma's house. Now I got another reason. It's kicking your ass. And Shooter says, can't wait to see you try. And then Happy just busts a bottle and is like ready to slit his throat in the clubhouse. And it's just so funny that like it's not in Happy's mind as the character that it's like, oh, I'm not trying to beat your ass on the golf course. Like all he knows is fighting and killing.
Right.
And Shooter's like, can't wait for you to try it, tough guy. And he's like, psh.
Yeah, then Virginia comes over and is like, what are you doing? And he's like, looking for the other half of this bottle. Oh, I think there's a little piece over there.
He's like, there's some of it down there.
Yeah. I also love at the beginning of that interaction when like Shooter is doing the slick guy thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know what you're doing and I don't like it. Like he just says he's like, I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like you.
The thing that you're doing, I don't like it. It's very like matter of fact. Another thing that I love when he's first talking to Chubs and Chubs just says to him, he's like, back in 1965, Sports Illustrated said I was going to be the next Arnold Palmer. And then he's like, yeah, what happened? He's like, they wouldn't let me play on the Pro Tour anymore. He said, I'm sorry. Because you're black? Yeah. And he goes, hell no. A damned alligator bit my hand off and holds it up. And he goes, oh my God.
Yeah, the classic. Oh!
Yeah. It's so funny that he's right away. He's like, hey, I'm sorry, because you're black.
You get the classic, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. It hit just as hard this time.
It low-key did. It's really great.
It feels improv.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I was noticing it this time. I was like, I don't know if they knew 100% where this was going to go.
There's a couple scenes where, like, I don't know if it's, like, Happy being immature or whatever, but, like, he laughs. In the scene. And when he says that, he's like, what? You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Yeah. He's like making himself laugh thinking of it. It's so good. And that becomes like such an iconic scene.
Such an iconic line. I mean, Kanye said it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
My last favorite line that I kind of forgot about is after he gets run over by the car, which is awesome scene. We'll talk about that harassment later. He's just laying there and he just goes, Volkswagen! Which is just only something Adam Sandler can deliver in a really funny way. Volkswagen!
Favorite line in the whole movie, one that I think about like I knew it was coming and I think about it all the time, is when Happy Gilmore is apologizing to Chubs and trying to persuade him to be his coach for his match again. He says, I'm stupid, you're smart, I was wrong, you were right. You're the best. I'm the worst. You're very good looking. I'm not attractive.
And then Chubbs cuts him off and is like, well, if you're willing to admit that, I'll give it another shot.
Yeah.
It's like nothing up until that point got it. And then he says the attractive line and he goes, well, as long as you're willing to admit that.
You like barely know he's talking to Chubbs. Yeah. It's like a close up on Adam Sandler doing all this confessional thing. Good. And just the way he delivers, you're very good looking. I'm not attractive. It's good. So good.
I love the opening credits scene, getting like the whole childhood backstory while the credits are rolling through. You have like the vintage camera. The way it's narrated is like just like clean mid 90s, gives you a lot of information. So by the time the credits are done and you open up into the apartment or whatever, you're like kind of caught up. It gets rid of a lot of exhibition that would have to have been done later. It's nice. I love it. You get Tuesdays Gone with the Wind by Leonard Skinner. Awesome. And then his girlfriend just kind of leaves him in the elevator and passes.
They don't even seem like they know each other.
Yeah.
It's like still that scene I feel like is maybe one of the worst scenes in the movie because they don't establish, like, there's still a part of me that thinks that was a random girl who lives in his apartment.
I thought it was like him being slick, like, oh, this girl's hot, brought us some Chinese food or whatever.
Yeah.
But it does set up the line of him getting really sexy over the intercom. He'll be really mean. He'll be like, Ford, get lost. Come back, baby, I love you. Come, please, sweetie, I'll give you the kissy missy. Yeah. And then she leaves, and a little boy starts listening to him. And then an old Chinese lady and a delivery guy on a bike join the crowd listening. And then next thing you know, the old Chinese lady's at the door. And, you know, you get the morning after scene.
Well, the morning after he's like on the phone. He's like, whatever. And then she comes out in his hockey jersey and it's like, you want breakfast?
Yeah, which is just, it's kind of awesome. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, you know it's going to happen because it's a 90s movie and it's Adam Sandler. Of course. I was waiting for it and was like, well, he hooked up with her. So they're going to reference that.
Then you get him going over to Grandma's house and everything's being repossessed. You get a Will Sasso appearance, which is great. right? They're like on their lunch break or something, and Will Sass is like, let's hit some balls, like see if I can get it past the tree. And he like duffs it. Happy makes fun of him. They dare him to do it. And these are the first scenes that we see him launching it 600 yards throughout the neighborhood.
And he's dissing golf so hard too.
Yeah.
He's like this pussy ass.
Yeah,
sport.
he hates. He's hating
like,
on it.
sorry, ladies, I don't play golf.
But this is when it clicks to him because he goes double or nothing. He wins like $40 and he gets the money and he's like, you can make money. And that clicks. And then the next thing you know, he's at the driving range, like hustling people.
Yeah.
Which is funny that it takes, I don't know, he's just such an idiot.
I also love that when he's hitting the ball, like he's doing that, like take the money and then he'll go to do his next drive. And as he hits it, he just goes, oh,
Yeah, he's loving it.
Like he's just like slamming it. And like the energy you just feel of like, this dude is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's
He's
great.
like, who's got $100? I can't hit it over the highway.
Yeah.
Boom!
As he hits it.
And
you know?
Chubs is reading while giving a lesson to like a lady who can't hit it off the tee. And he's like, yeah, that's great. Just keep your hips straight, legs loose. And then he like kind of hears the ruckus down the way, sees Happy hit. Happy checks out, goes to the batting cages to get blasted by the baseball, which is a classic scene. Chubbs convinces him to join the tour, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious on how they did the golf ball shots. And because I really love them, like when Happy tees off, you get that. I'm sure it's like some sort of cheap animation, but it looks really good because there's no drones in 96 or anything, you know?
There were planes and
but
helicopters.
Yeah, or like a little plane.
Or like they just used like a Nerf gun or a super soaker and like shot the camera out of that.
Yeah, true.
That's probably a way that or
could've done
honestly they had those tiny little cameras, the ones that are like in a place and it's like so that you don't steal from there.
Yeah.
Those ones are kind of like ball shaped, so maybe they just shot one of those.
Hit one of those.
Or yeah, maybe hit it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't.
Someone's-
I mean, how did they make Star Wars and shit?
Lasers and aliens.
Right, but how did they use the laser? How did they get? There weren't lasers and aliens yet.
It's a great point. Someone smarter than me, let me know how they shot the golf ball shots. I loved it. In the first tournament, the scene of him just losing it that really sets the stage of like, everybody's so mild-mannered. You have the Gary Potter interaction. It's flow. It's circular. He goes, swings, misses the first time. Fucker, man, suck my. And he's freaking out. And everybody's like, oh my God, you can't do this.
They have a full conversation about him where he's on TV and he's still cursing the entire time. It's like impressive. I'm sure it was many takes stitched together, but he is literally just like, fucker, go the ball, fuck this shit, fuck that cunt shit, bitch.
And the PGT guy gets convinced that he can stay, admits that whole freak out. Virginia's like, our ratings are up. And he's like, suck my ass and my wrinkly dick and fuck. Yeah. And he's like, all right, any more of this though? And then it's like, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's very, very great. Happy's fans, there's obviously multiple scenes, but it's like once he really catches on, you kind of get a montage of him working his way up and finishes. He's making a little bit of more money. I think it gets as high as like 6th or 5th place. And now it's like Happy Pandemonium on tour.
Yeah.
And like they're tailgating in the parking
they're painting
lot.
their chests. They're doing beer bongs.
Yeah,
and
it
shit.
is awesome. Like it's an electric scene. I love Adam Sandler's like just like this dirty rock and roller. It's like when he first pulls up to high school in Billy Madison and he's like, stroke man, and he shows up in his cool shirt, but it's like also not cool. It's like he's kind of this trashy aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the everyman.
Yeah.
That he is just so likable. Like,
Yeah.
That's the best thing about Adam Sandler in this era is like he's funny and vulgar and violent in a lot of the movies and whatever, but he somehow remains likable. That's like why his whole thing works.
Yeah.
I think it's like the same thing with like Will Ferrell is like nerdy and unbecoming and like maybe like awkward or whatever, but then you end up liking him and thinking he's the coolest guy.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, you have to be like a comedy star in the 90s and 2000s. There was something about you that had to just make you root for root for you.
Yeah.
You know?
He gets revenge for Chubs after he jumps into the water, or the alligator is holding his ball actually.
Yeah.
And I love how it's like taunting him. It just got it in its mouth. It's like, and then he reaches for it, and then they do the whole fight. He beats its ass amazingly. This leads to him trying to gift the alligator's head back to Chubs.
Yeah, he chops the head off the alligator. I'm glad they don't show that.
Me too.
That's pretty gruesome, even for somebody like Happy Gilmore who doesn't play by the rules. I thought that was a bit far. At the same time, they don't show it, so maybe he sent it to some sort of place or service. maybe he had somebody over to
Yeah,
do
like
it.
a taxidermy guy or something.
Right. Maybe it's like a phone call away or something, but you have to think that maybe not the most resourceful guy. He might just kind of rip off the head himself.
Yeah.
And then put it in the box to give to Chubs.
Or he has a knife on him or a sawzall of some kind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess Either way, feels a bit far, but at the same time, I'm glad that giving the gift went well and he successfully killed Chubs, which I'm assuming he was
That's what he wanted to do, because Chubs was trying to steal his thunder.
Totally.
Somewhere in between there, he goes on an ice skating date with Virginia, and this is home to one of my favorite moments in the whole movie where they start playing Endless Love. He bets a kiss or leave you alone on her shooting a goal. She makes it, hits him with the I didn't see it, did it go in? Gives him the kiss anyway, and it pans out to the Zamboni driver who recognizes him like as he comes in. He's like, anything for Mr. Gilmore. It's kind of revealed that this whole thing's been this big plan. But it zooms out, and the Zamboni driver is just looking up into the sky, mouthing Endless Love, and even like doing the background vocals.
And it's so well lit.
It's so well lit. They're in the background, like in the whatever, not focused. And he's like hitting the notes and inflections of the vocals so spot on that it is just like, it's so bizarre. It reminds me of like almost like the penguin scene in Billy Madison or something. I'm like, this is just like a weird side. The Zamboni driver is just like in love with the romance of the whole scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely love that.
It kind of reminds me of the end of the 40-Year-Old Virgin in a way where they just start singing.
Yeah, it's just like, a musical number.
Totally a break from like what is happening, but it's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, they do a whole musical number in Billy Madison too.
Billy Madison 2 now?
Yeah,
Jesus.
It's crazy. They're going to do all of his movies on Netflix. That's going to happen.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Only a couple other scenes I really want to point out in the movie. Obviously, the Bob Barker fight scene kind of lives on its own, is just classic. I can't imagine in the day how that hit. Because you just know Bob Barker as this buttoned up host of a game show when in a time when more people watched game shows than like they do now, obviously.
Yeah, it's a show for old people too. So it's like nice old ladies like dream of being on The Price is Right, and then they're watching this 28-year-old SNL comedian just beat him up and then get beat up by him.
Yeah.
And say, bitch. The price is wrong, bitch.
Exactly.
Crazy.
That is awesome because it still hits now. I did like the feature of Ken Jennings in Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I didn't know if we were going to do a whole Happy Gilmore 2 segment where it goes up like this and I could, talk about stuff about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you because you're like in charge of this. Is kind of you're the movie guy. It's your movie segment.
Let me say 2 more scenes I liked in the original.
Well, no, I have scenes too. I just meant like I'm talking, and this is kind of like behind the curtain. This is where we argue about kind of the show structure, which happens often because we're both very serious about the structure of the show. I'm just saying, do you want to hold on? You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Kind of a Kenny Rogers thing. Do we want to hold them or fold them right now in terms of the Happy Gilmore 2 stuff? Do we want to jam that in here or does it get its own section?
Let's fold them and put like a little lobby music and put it at like 1.25 speed.
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
All right, let's hit it.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, fold them.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about the jet. We don't have to talk faster because it's in 1.5.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll already be faster.
I like the feature of Ken Jennings in Happy Gilmore 2, kind of a nod to the game show thing that happened in the first one. That was nice.
It is the best joke in the movie. I have it written down. Happy's daughter wants to show him on an iPad that he was a clue on Jeopardy last night and proceeds to show him. Where Ken Jennings reads the clue, the answer is obviously Happy Gilmore. It's like won, 6 tour championships in 1996. All 3 answer incorrectly. They say Happy Goldberg, Happy Gudenstein, and Skippy Goldenbaum. And then Ken Jennings says, that is incorrect. He is Jewish, but we were looking for Happy Gilmore. And I laughed out loud, as maybe is not a Jewish person. I don't know how hard I was allowed to laugh, but I did think it was very funny.
A hearty chuckle.
And I also thought that I was surprised that Ken Jennings would say that.
Yeah, Ken's got a sick sense of humor, I think, especially in the bedroom.
Right, I've heard that. I heard he gets freaky. Other than that, the movie was quite bad. There are some funny lines in the first half of the movie.
I agree. I think, I was almost tricked. In the first 35 minutes or so, I was like, this is kind of fun. For a Netflix movie, I was like, this is kind of fun. We're we are just rehashing all the same jokes, but it's fresh enough. The involvement of all the golf guys, I thought was a hoot as a golf fan, especially to see a lot of the live golf guys joking around with the PGA guys, with in the last 3 years, there's been such like a rivalry there and a discontent for each other.
And I learned from watching it with you, watching part of Happy Gilmore 2 with you, the whole maxi golf thing is kind of a commentary on the live golf
Totally,
thing.
yeah.
I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who some of the guys were. I know who like Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Like I know who some of the people are. But at the same time, there were people that I thought were like just actors that you were like, oh no, that's Will
Zalatoris.
Will Zalatoris.
We can put that on the bulletin board of a good moment in Happy Gilmore 2. I like that they casted a pro golfer as the adult version of the first caddy that Happy physically abuses on the course, and then Will's shaking his own caddy, and Happy is admiring him, saying how he gets it. And then at the end, him and Bad Bunny are choking him out the way they did in the other one.
And I do like that line that he has where he's like, oh, that's your name. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like sassy
he's
to
an
him.
idiot, dude.
It's awesome.
I will say my closing remarks on Happy Gilmore 2 is that it's too similar to the first movie in all the wrong ways and a completely different movie in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
It looks like a Netflix movie. There's like CGI and all this maxi golf shit that makes it look terrible and feel terrible. And then it just references the first movie so many times, plus all the cameos, which makes for bad acting.
Yes.
Because these aren't all actors. A lot
Right.
of them are golfers
Yeah.
that I didn't know were golfers that are really bad in the movie.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them are like rappers. It's like Post Malone and like the Eminem. Eminem's fine. He's pretty good. Travis Kelce's stiff. I don't get why people say he did well. Bad Bunny was great. Marcelo Hernandez was great.
Yeah.
Even Eric Andre and Martin Herlihy and Margaret Qualley I thought were not very good.
No.
And so yeah, I don't know. It's not a very good movie. If you haven't seen it, I doubt it because everybody on Earth's seen it apparently. But if you haven't seen it yet, you really don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
Just watch the first one.
I agree.
All right, back to Happy Gilmore 1. Final scenes that I love. I love the Subway commercial.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good. He's just holding up the Subway thing, and then he tees it off, and it hits the guy's mouth with a bing.
Yeah. Back when you could do Subway and it didn't mean anything else.
Yeah, it didn't mean kids. The happy place, obviously, as a scene. I especially love the bad happy place.
Yeah.
Once Shooter gets into his head, they just switch it from white to black. Everyone's wearing black. Shooter has like this 3-step move where he pops his collar, thrusts his cock, and then goes in for a makeout and then hits the camera.
Yeah.
He does that on Virginia first, and then as Grandma's winning the slot machine, Shooter comes over, hits her with that, dips her, kisses her, and looks in the camera.
And
It's
then
like,
she turns and she's Gene Simmons.
yeah, with the, with the tongue
Yeah.
out. It's
Yeah.
just awesome. Christopher McDonald is unbelievable. He's just crazy. He's the best part of the new one, and in my mind, we'll get to it later.
I will say that one of my favorite just like overall scenes is when Happy's struggling and he has to hit his putt 7 times.
Yeah.
The way that he delivers the line going up to because the one guy on the green goes, "It's about time."
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, it's about time. I mean, I just couldn't get the ball in the hole. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it. And then pulls his shirt and just starts beating his ass. It is like just the way Adam Sandler does that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, he
It's
is
so
in rare
snarky.
form.
Yeah. Final scene is amazing to me in terms of just like kitschy sports movie.
Mm-hmm.
The way it all like builds to the end. I think the callback with the putt is actually like super brilliant. And
Yeah.
then you have the heckler who gets called upon to go one step further than instead of heckle, he attempts the murder of him.
Vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah,
let's
okay.
be honest.
Then the cars there, and then like the tie-in of the happy fans being like raucous tailgaters that like want to get a look at it. They're the ones that would climb this sketchy scaffolding, and then it falls. It's just all so perfect, and the way that lines up. I just love like the Rube Goldberg aspect of it. And like, it just all ties together in like kind of that stupid magical 90s sports movie way. It's like Tin Cup or something where you're like, he finally gets it across the water and everybody cheers. And it's beautiful. And then you get the additional thing in this movie of Shooter stealing the jacket. And then you get one more bonus scene that's like the slow-mo shot of everyone chasing after him, which is just really, really fun. It's so perfect. And then shout out at the very end when they get the house back, when he stares up and he's looking at Chubs, and Chubs is with Abe Lincoln and the alligator. That is like such like an absurdist joke. That feels very like Will Ferrell kind of style of like, oh yeah, let's put Abe Lincoln up there.
Yeah. I will say like there are 2 other things that stood out to me is one, when you mentioned Shooter running with the jacket, he is so good in this movie because he starts off as hoity-toity villain guy, and he is driven to complete madness by watching the game that he so clearly at least respects or played by the rules of, like slip through his fingers because somebody is disrupting it, that he ends up acting acting so out of character that he loses the sanctity in his mind of this jacket. He just wants the jacket.
He just wants the jacket.
He doesn't think like he knows when he gets it. It doesn't mean he gets to keep it.
He just wants to wear it.
He just wants the jacket.
He wants to be inside the skin.
And then, you find out in Happy Gilmore 2 that he got locked up for attempted vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah.
And all these, they were stealing a jacket, a bunch of other shit.
It's awesome.
But it's cool to see him just get like fully out of his mind.
Oh yeah,
know?
and he plays it so well. He's such a good villain. Like everything about him is just like he's like a reptilian guy.
Another small moment that I had never remembered but thought was so funny is it's subtle, but Happy Gilmore walking on to the tee box and he just goes, "Come on, let's get some noise in here."
Yeah, I had that written down too because I love that as like even the guys like holding the sign like "Quiet, please." I love that he can't think in the silence and like polite nature of golf.
No, he needs
a little. He's a hockey player. Let's get some fucking noise going here.
Let's go.
I had that written down as like I would love to see that one time.
Oh, it'd be so cool. And honestly, all these guys being in this movie, I think we might see a golf interrupter, a disruptor.
You can watch Live Golf, and there's going to be guys like, ah!
Oh, yeah. Do they do that on there, actually?
They do, like, stupid shit. They'll have, like, a DJ at the turn.
Like, do they, smoke weed and shit?
Yeah, it's bad. And
For real?
No, they don't.
Oh.
But I know Rob Schneider was in like the boardroom or whatever, the writer's room for this movie. And he was trying to pitch him being a Middle Eastern guy as the head of Live Golf. Because it's all like Saudi oil money that's Live Golf. That's like they offered Tiger, $8 billion to be in Live Golf. And he turned it down and like a bunch of shit to Rory.
So wait, this is true that Rob Schneider actually did that? Or
I could infer that.
Okay,
I think.
you're just guessing.
I am guessing.
It's a good guess.
Rob's in the back like, hey, Adam, old time's sake. Me, turban. Me, turban. Covered in oil. You remember the racism.
I'm the turban guy.
Yeah, I could do the Chinese lady. Right. I could, whatever you want, Adam.
Yeah. Instead, he turns him into the little person from the first movie. Yeah. So that he can say, "You can do it."
Yeah.
One more time.
Other
thing, I love the really bad delivery of the one fan.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote it down because it's so funny. He just goes, it cuts to one fan, a close up on him, and he goes, "Happy, the gold jacket's yours. Shooter's going to choke."
Yeah. It's like, huh?
It's like the stiffest delivery.
And then Shooter hits it into the water. I'm like, that's what got under his skin? Is it "Happy, the gold jacket's yours. Shooter's going to choke." It's like, it felt like an editing error or something.
It was awesome.
I think they do some weird creative decisions in like the second half of that movie that feel super chaotic. Mm-hmm. Like they'll show an above shot and the putt's 30 feet out to the right, and then they'll go into the cup and the ball goes in. They'll show him being really close and he hits it super hard and it trickles in. Like,
oh yeah, we were talking about that. I was like, oh, well, he overshot that one, but it's gonna go in.
Yeah, he'll be like 40 yards out for a pitch shot, full swing, and it has the sound that a driver makes. It'll be like, ping, and then it'll be like softly on the green. Every like 500-yard drive sits cozy next to the hole. Like it got to a point where I was like, oh, this isn't even just them like not knowing golf or trying to make it look realistic. It's very intentionally. Yeah. It's just like the visual gag over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Of like,
it's like when you would edit your trick shots playing basketball and you'd always just do a close up of it going in the basket.
It's classic.
Close up. It's
awesome.
Classic. It's funny every time.
It is really funny.
The best performance in Happy Gilmore 1, the 1996 film directed by Dennis Dugan, I would have to say is from Adam Sandler. Thank you.
Nice. For 1 and 2, I got Christopher McDonald. Mm-hmm. I think he's insane. Adam Sandler is Adam Sandler. I think he does a great job, but what sews this movie up is the plot. To me, I think he's just as good as Happy Gilmore as he is as Billy Madison, as he is as Waterboy. I feel like those three characters, Bobby Boucher, those three characters to me are all like equally unhinged Adam Sandler, but Christopher McDonald just is like an all-time sports villain to me. Like,
yeah, that's
very
true.
Awesome.
That's true. I got Adam Sandler for 1 and Kid Cudi for 2.
Nice.
They did that.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, they did it. And
I said maybe they'd do like some commentary on the Live Golf or something.
And it seems like they did.
Yep.
I guess, okay, how would it be different today, though? That was last Friday.
Yeah, that was last Friday.
So
they'd probably do a Hulk Hogan tribute.
Right. There might be. Yeah. I think Tiger should have been in the movie.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I feel like, or Phil Mickelson. Or who's like disgraced? As like, are any of these people? Because John Daly's in the new one.
Yeah, I cannot believe he's just become so beloved, and I can't believe they gave him the line about objectifying women too, which is really crazy.
Someone on Steve Buscemi,
yeah, someone on John Daly's PR team is doing a
Or
great
no,
job.
with Christopher McDonald. Sorry, I fucked
Yeah.
up the Buscemi thing.
All right,
He's
whatever.
sitting with him on a different couch.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
VJ Singh should have been in it.
VJ Singh did steroids, so very disgraced.
Oh, fuck.
Sprayed deer antler spray in his knees.
I had no idea. Well,
Yeah, Phil Mickelson's kind of
time
disgraced.
to throw out my VJ Singh jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, they did it, and it was massive success, and it sucked.
I have Pete Davidson as Happy Gilmore.
Nice.
Will Arnett as Shooter McGavin.
That makes sense.
Kiernan Shipka as Virginia.
Okay.
And Lakeith Stanfield as Chubs.
Nice.
I feel like if he was a little bit of like a more heady kind of like
Yeah.
ethereal Chubs,
Yeah.
that could really work.
He's like doing mushrooms or something.
Yeah, he's like giving Pete Davidson mushrooms.
Yeah.
And that helps him lock in. And then he goes to his happy place via the shrooms.
Yeah.
And then maybe he even does like Aaron Rodgers cameo.
DMT.
And he helps him do, ayahuasca.
Nice.
DMT's way. That's too chemical. It's
My
not
bad.
from the earth in the same way
Uh-huh.
that ayahuasca is. But yeah, that's my idea for the new movie, Happy Gilmore 3.
Yeah, I have Shane Gillis, Bryson DeChambeau as Shooter because he's the actual villain of the PGA in my mind. And then I had Drewski as Chubs.
I feel like we're gonna like we just like are shuffling our recasts. We've like said probably in total 15 people.
Oh, I know,
But it's just
yeah.
like every recast we do is like the 5 people we
Yeah.
know. It's
I'm
like
gonna-
Drewski, I guess he could be in it.
I'm gonna put Bryson DeChambeau in like the next, like the Sixth Sense or something.
Yeah, it was the
He's
Seventh
the,
Sense.
He's the ghost.
Yeah.
I think there's a really cool note here. It's Mark Mothersbaugh,
Mark Mothersbaugh, friend of the show.
friend of the family.
Yeah, Devo lead singer Mark Mothersbaugh, and experimental visual artist as well.
Yep.
Who contributed to the music for the Rugrats and Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Also was at the helm for Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he composed the film soundtrack. I think there's great song selection in this throughout.
Yeah.
I think Endless Love is like, I feel like in a lot of the Happy Madison production movies, the romance song is always like just niche enough. Like there's the rock song or the party song is like usually spot on, obvious, big song. But then like the romance song will just be like a little weird because it's like the song that Adam Sandler's character likes.
Yeah, but Endless Love is like, I mean, it's a huge song.
Right, but it's a little weird.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah.
It skews strange.
Yeah, but the whole point is that it's supposed to be like ridiculously romantic.
Right, yeah.
Like that's why she's like, I thought this was Data's friend. She's like, do you usually skate around in the dark to Endless Love with your friends?
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, I'm gonna do. You better make this shot, lady, or else you're gonna have to kiss me and pretend to like it.
Tuesday's Gone is like the theme song for the movie
Yeah.
in both now is awesome. And then the Carry On My Wayward Son moment was really fun too.
Yeah, sure. I thought it was cool. The soundtrack for the new one was fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
though.
it was really bad.
It was like insane. At one point, it just randomly does to the window.
That was
to the wall.
awful.
I could, and then it goes back to the other music from before. I thought
And
that was insane.
I hated when Margaret Qualley did the splits too. I
hated
hated that. Why?
I looked away from the
I
movie.
paused it
Yeah.
because it pissed me off
Yeah,
so
that's-
much.
yeah,
I said no,
Yeah, hell nah.
no,
Hell no, lady.
hell no.
Yeah, get that filth off my screen.
Yeah,
The Splits, not Margaret Qualley. She's a
No.
beautiful lady.
she's a great actress too.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 1, absolutely, I would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like there might be a swath of our audience that has only seen 2 now, and that doesn't sit right with me. This is one of my classics. I love the game of golf. I love the evolution of it over the last 20 years to become a little more accessible and like less of a hoity-toity thing.
Yeah,
and I think culturally, this movie and Caddyshack played a good role in that.
That's bullshit.
And now 2 is bullshit.
Oh no, I'm saying what
Yeah.
you were saying was bullshit.
No, that's just
Golf
what
is
I
still
believe.
hoity-toity and is still a dumbass sport.
It's not.
But that's the good thing about watching
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 1 is if you kind of like are inspired by the punk attitude of Adam Sandler's character Happy Gilmore, then you'll feel more like me when you're watching it. But if you feel more like Shooter McGavin and all of those rich assholes sitting in the country club eating tiny little salads and talking about their drives, then you'll feel more like Graydon.
That wasn't my point at all. You didn't listen, and you draw cartoons for a living.
I don't draw cartoons
I would also,
for a living.
I would also recommend
Wait a
it
second.
to a friend. Cartoonists are hoity-toity, actually. You guys sit in your little pen room and drink espressos.
I sit in a room with you and draw like auditory and visual cartoons through our words. That's what I do for a living is be friends with you.
I'd recommend it as well. And you
I'm
are.
sorry.
I'm proud of you and I love you, but I love the game of golf and it saved a lot of people's lives. And you should respect
It
that.
saved a lot of people's lives?
Every day.
How?
Because people have vitamin D deficiency and then they get addicted to golf and then they get a nice tan.
It ruined a lot of people's lives
No
too.
doubt.
Do you know how many extramarital affairs have happened as a result of golf courses?
Like
how
gay
many
guys?
alcohol? Wait, no. What? No.
I don't know if you've been to a golf course, but you're not like hooking up with chicks
The
on the
cart
golf.
girls.
No,
definitely.
you're not. Trust me.
I'm not saying I
They're
am.
playing hard to get. Trust me.
Listen.
Tight asses. Sorry.
Wait a second. This is what I mean. You go to a golf course to be a bad father and a bad husband.
No, you go to the golf course to listen to yacht rock and smoke weed with the boys.
Okay, some people do it different. I don't know, but
What's your letterbox review, dude? I'm not going to listen to you attack the game I love. I gave it 4 stars. Said it's one of the best underdog tales of all time.
I gave it 4 stars and I said proof that 2 is not always better than 1.
That's funny.
I just came up with it on the spot. I
That's good.
forgot to write one.
That's good.
So that's my review. I haven't even been putting them on Letterboxd. I'll be honest, folks.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that app until Quite Like a Vanisher came out, and I saw an opportunity to make a little funny on there.
I put other movies on there, but I often forget these because sometimes the film date's like further away.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
so
wanna-
far away.
You know what I
It's
mean?
like,
I don't want to
yeah.
spoil it. Like I'm not gonna remember on time. You know.
Right. I mean, yeah. But I haven't been putting on anything on there at all, and I feel bad about that. I
Yeah.
feel like we were better Letterboxd. I was a better Letterboxd follow back in the day.
Yep.
And I've let you guys down in more ways than one.
Well, thanks for watching. If you want to know what movie we're gonna watch next, please become a member of our Patreon or a member over on the main channel's YouTube channel, and you'll get to know a week ahead of time what movie we're going to watch, and then you can watch it along with us so these videos are more enjoyable, yada, yada. And you can suggest movies to us, which we do often look at and take very seriously.
Pop those down in the comment section,
Yeah.
and we will take a look. And if it gets requested a lot, there's a better chance that we will do it.
Yep.
Other than that, we have a bunch of cameos coming up in our next couple episodes because apparently that is what's hitting and getting numbers. So let us know who we should have pop up for a quick second to be really bad at acting
Yeah.
in our next couple videos, and
Please.
we will do it. We will do it if they say yes. Thank you so much for watching another episode of How Did It Age. This has been Happy Gilmore. This has been HIVEMIND Unlimited. This has been Graydon and Riley coming at you live from Detroit, Michigan. All right.
Love ya.
Love you. See you in the next one.
Bye.